Hello everyone, my name is Arvind Panda. I am a fourth year student from UPS Dehradun. Currently, I am a legal intern in Lexus and Company for the month of June. And today in this video, I am going to talk about the non-registration of a firm. To start with our topic, the Companies Act of 2013 evidently highlights that the main essential for any organization to turn into a company is to get itself registered. A company cannot come into existence until it gets registered. Both no such obligation has been imposed for firms by the Indian Partnership Act. If a firm is not registered, it does not cease to be called as a firm. It still exists in the eyes of law. Certainly, such a big advantage is not absolute but is subjected to a lot of limitation, which we will study further. In this video we'll talk about it. Now let us talk about the non-registration of firm. Before moving to understand what is meant by non-registration, let us first see what does registration means. The basic meaning of registration means the process of incorporation of any firm. Registration can be the process through which brings the firm into existence. Registration has been properly defined in any statute, but Section 58 of Indian Partnership Act deals with the procedure of incorporation. Likewise, the meaning of non-registration is the exact opposite of registration, meaning when a firm does not go through the procedure of incorporation or start carrying on activities or business without getting registered. Now, let us talk about the procedure of registration of a firm. Section 58 of Indian Partnership Act deals with the procedure of incorporation for registration. Initially, it has to fill a form which shall contain different details about the firm, such as first name of the firm, followed by the address of the underlining members, which is followed by the duration of the firm from the time it is being incorporated to the end date. Also, the original place of the firm where it is established or situated, and lastly, the place where the firm will carry out all its function and business. So, after the registration is complete, the form is submitted to the registrar, who then accept the form and register it form by completing it through writing the details in the registration register. So now let us talk about the effect of non-registration of a firm. So as we have talked about as we have talked before, like that the working of a firm without the process of incorporation is an advantage, but it is not subject to limitations. A non-registered firm does not have all the rights of a registered firm. Its working is different from the registered firm, and the right of non-registered firm is restricted. Also, they cannot take legal rights. If the firm is not registered, it cannot take legal rights from the rights provided by the government or any act or statutes. So, no suit to enforce right under the act. A firm which is not undergone the process of incorporation cannot file a suit against any other firm or third party. As we have talked just before, a non-registered firm does not have the privilege to file a suit like all other registered firm. Another important essential about the subpoint is that the person or the third party suing the non-registered firm shall be already registered in the registered as a firm. Now let us talk about no suit to enforce right against any third party. So a non-registered firm cannot file a suit against a third party in any court. Neither can they file any suit against any party, or nor any party can sue them if they are registered in the registrar. Now let us talk about there is no proper relief. If there is no registration of the firm, the claim exceeding rupees 100 cannot be set off by a third party. So there is no relief is regarded to the party. Such a right can only be enjoyed by the registered firm. Also, one of the disadvantages of not registering a firm is partner cannot bring legal action against each other. So an aggrieved partner of an unregistered firm cannot bring legal action toward each other, as they are not in a position to file a suit in the court or have the power to enforce any right. Also, one of the biggest disadvantages of non-registering of a firm is power which are given to unregistered firm. There are also certain powers which are given to unregistered firms, such as through being subjected to mainly limitation, unregistered firms are still vested with some power, which may not be absolute as the registered ones, but they exist. Such as first, even if the firm is unregistered, a third party can still bring out legal action towards them. Secondly, unregistered firm gave power to the partner or file a suit against each other, one in the case of dissolution and for settling the account. And lastly, the court can release the insolvent property of the partner and bring legal action to it. In this video we have discussed the advantages as well as disadvantages of non-registered of a firm. So that's all for today's video. Hope you all like it. Have a nice day. Thank you so much.